Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Bits video. Today you join me here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada with a 2022 Tesla Model Y dual motor long range that I actually rented at Hertz. I know I'm shocked too that you can still rent Teslas at Hertz here in Canada, but I'm going to show you how bad the Tesla rental fleet is getting in Canada and maybe why you should avoid renting a Tesla going forward at Hertz. Let's get into it. Oh boy, there's a lot wrong with this car. Here's the story. I'm in Toronto now, well, just north of Toronto. I'm actually in Vaughan, and I needed a car today to film a piece for my channel, and this was the cheapest option, a Model Y, a 2022 Model Y dual motor long range. I picked it up at Hertz. It cost me a grand total of $45 Canadian. And let me tell you something, this is the most beat, clapped out rental car I have had in recent memory and perhaps ever. Let's begin. Every single wheel on it is absolutely destroyed, as you can see. Absolutely destroyed. I know this is a typical issue on the Model Ys with the 20-inch wheels, but this takes it to a whole new level where it's actually ground down flat. Body doesn't look too horrible on it for 150,000 kilometers. That's what this rental car has on it. 150,000 kilometers, or about 90,000 miles. That is absurdly high mileage for a rental car. But we all remember what happened at Hertz. They bought a bunch of Teslas, then lost a bunch of money on them. So I'm pretty sure they want to keep them in their fleet as long as they can. And here in Canada, these are fairly common. So I picked this up at Pearson Airport this morning. You could rent these in Montreal. You could pretty much rent these in across the country still in the rental car fleets because they're trying to get their money back. But check out this wheel here and this brake rotor on the inside. That definitely does need some servicing, and it vibrates like an absolute mofo on the highway when you're on the brakes. And this wheel is destroyed as well. And we have some excellent far road tires on it. Quality right there. Quality always at rental car companies. But the body's not too bad. I mean, there's a couple scratches over here. There's a crack on the charge port cover over here, as you can see. There's a crack. I'm just charging it up now here at a V3 supercharger so I can bring it back to the airport, which is about 20 minutes away, not far. There is some horrendous rattling sound coming from the back, which I'm pretty certain might be this. But I always love these Model Ys, how much room they had in the back. We'll close this up. But we still have more to cover with the faults on the car. And as I said, more impressively, how much mileage this has. And it's a 2022, so to get a 4-year-old rental car these days is obviously not rare because I have one. Let's go have a look at what the inside is. But again, for $45, I'm not complaining too much. We'll pop the door open over here. Where's this one made? This is made, starts with a 7, so this is going to be made in the US. Yeah, so it has the broken seat, as you can see, that has been driving me nuts on this trip. But the seat itself is not too bad, including the steering wheel is not bad. But check out the epic salt stain on the carpet. That is an epic salt stain. Look at it over there. But it's all right because they gave me a cardboard mat. And you have salt up here as well. Wow, that's not ever going to come out. That has become concrete. I do like how it says, merci de louer avec nous. Thank you for renting with us. Yes, absolutely. For the $45 I paid, I can't complain. The typical Model Y peeling paint over here, that's not a big deal. I've seen this on this car before. I've actually changed quite a few of these at work. That's not uncommon, but I mean, like, seriously, if it's in a rental fleet, like, fix it, because it's been really annoying to deal with. How are these holding up over here? These A-pillars, sorry, the B-pillar panels also go out. I'll just have a quick look back here, then I'll actually show you the mileage on the car. Back here, it's okay. Some of my mess going on. With snacks I grabbed at the airport, but everything looks, I mean, it's not too bad. I actually think this would clean up reasonably well, but I would not pay more than $10,000 Canadian for this car at the auction. Let's pop inside over here and I will show you the actual mileage on it. We'll go over here, 150,411 kilometers. Absolutely wild. I have never had a rental car that high. I'm not bothering going into service mode here. No point on that. But what's nice about Hertz is that you can still pair it to your Tesla app, which makes life slightly easier on trips. Can't complain with that whatsoever. But you know what? It's all here. It's all here. It's all pretty good. You can't complain. $45 I rented for it, but I mean, like, they could have at least fixed up some of it, because every time I get out of the car, you get greeted with this that you're constantly fighting. But yeah, I just find it funny that this is still in a rental car fleet. You would find something like this like on Turo actually, but maybe not at that price. Efficiency not that great. These tires suck, and it'd be curious to know what the degradation is like. I wish we had more time with it, because I would do a charging test to figure out what the battery capacity is like. This might have been repaired at some point here, but yeah, all not that bad. Still has factory glass on it, but this is what you get for 40 or 45 Canadian dollars, which is like $23 something US. I can't, I keep saying it, but I can't complain too much, because I always thought that these were amazing cars to rent, because you always knew what you were getting. It's properly quick, properly nice to drive, but yeah, not looking too good on that aspect. And I figured I would just bring you that little update of you can still rent a Model 3 and a Model Y at Hertz in Canada today in May of 2026. They still have them. It still works flawlessly with a supercharger roll up, slap it on. It'd be interesting to know if you can still rent Teslas at US locations. I haven't seen them in a long time, but I rent them pretty often here in Canada, because they're always so cheap and they're still so much fun to drive. But now they're getting a bit, how should I say, used up in terms of their rental car life. If anything, I definitely forgot how loud Model Ys are inside, but despite the mileage and the general condition of the vehicle, it still drives pretty nice. The steering is nice and tight. A couple of clunks from the front end, but I mean, that's pretty normal on these cars these days. No matter what control arms you really put on them, they just don't last long. But overall, I mean, it drives not bad. It drives better than it looks. No whining sounds from the drive motors, nothing like that whatsoever. Still solid in here. Still a nice place to sit, and still the best UI in the industry, but that's just my opinion. Sometimes looks could be a bit deceiving, but I'm again just shocked that you can still rent the Model Y or Model 3 at Hertz, but also they still have such a high mileage vehicle in their fleet. I think that's pretty crazy. And I mean, the only rattles back here are coming from the back somewhere, which are pretty annoying, but otherwise I would definitely take this on a road trip somewhere for what it's costing me and for what I needed it for today. I think we're going to end the video there. We don't need to really get into it that much more, but yeah, absolutely. Still, I'm impressed, but also shocked that you can still rent a Model Y or a Model 3 in Canada. But also, I don't think you should be renting out cars at 4 years old, 150,000 kilometers. This thing, I think it's a bit past its best before date. It looks a bit beat up. I know it's a rental car, but you know, for Hertz, I guess the location wants their money back to recoup some of the depreciation, but I'm not too sure if I'm happy with this car. As I said, it was cheap, but it looks really banged up and beaten, like it's been through a war. But it's all there. It's still enjoyable to drive. I had a good time driving it. I was up here filming a piece for my channel. And yeah, if you want to rent a Hertz Model Y or Model 3, come to Canada, come to Toronto, come to Montreal, because you can still do it here and they're dirt cheap. But I don't think these will be in the fleet that much longer at this rate, given the mileage on it and condition. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.